much indeed. Hello, I'm Alexander Armstrong, and welcome to Pointless, the quiz where the aim of the game is to score as few points as you can, and you do that by coming up with the answers no one else could think of. Let's meet today's players. And couple number one.
Hi, I'm Joe. This is my work colleague Paul, and we're both from Blackburn.
Couple number two.
Hi, I'm Will. This is my friend Paul, and we're from Leicester.
Couple number three.
Hi, I'm Tom, and this is my friend John, and we're from Edinburgh.
And finally, couple number four.
Hi, I'm Ian. This is my wife Julie. We're from Glasgow.
And these are today's contestants. Thank you very much, all of you. A very warm welcome to Pointless. Lovely to have you with us. That just leaves one more person for me to introduce. Here to steal the show, like he steals hotel towels. Uses them for flannels. It's my Pointless friend. It's Richard.
Hiya. Hey, everybody. Afternoon. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Both the Pauls are back from last show.
I know, but they've swapped the D.
That's nice, I think.
I think it's
yeah, because last time Paul was Paul D and Paul D was Paul. Are you following that?
Yeah.
And now Paul is Paul D and Paul D is Paul.
Yeah.
It's nice, isn't it?
Yeah.
And on podium one there, Paul managed to join the 200 Club all by himself in the last show, which is very impressive. And Joe got knocked out on a round of famous Joes. That might be a first for us, Joe. Thank you for that. Podium 2 got through to the head-to-head as well, but we welcome our two new pairs as well. A little bit of geography for our first question as well would be nice.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Very nice. Nice to have a 50% Scottish representation as well.
Oh, yes, Glasgow v Edinburgh, isn't it, on
that's
those last two podiums. That should be fun. I say fun.
Thanks very much indeed. Well, Jen and Jen didn't win the jackpot last time, so we're adding another £1,000 to that, so today's jackpot starts off at £3,000. There we are. Building up nicely. Right, if everyone's ready, let's play Pointless. Now, just remember, it's the pair with the highest score that gets eliminated at the end of each round, so keep your scores low. Very best of luck to all four pairs. Our first category today is European geography. Can you all decide in your pairs who's going to go first, who's going to go second? And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. OK, and the question concerns non-capital cities of European countries. Richard.
On each board, we're going to show you 7 pairs of cities in various countries, but they're not the capital of those countries. They're big cities, though. Can you tell us what countries they're in, please? There's going to be 14 pairs in all to have a go at home.
Thank you very much indeed. Let's have a look at our first board of 7 pairs of cities. Can you identify the countries in which you would find these? Limassol and Larnaca, Brno and Ostrava, Hamburg and Munich, Debrecen and Szeged, Antwerp and Ghent, Graz and Linz, Kaunas and Klaipeda. I'll read those all again. Limassol, Larnaca, Brno, Ostrava, Hamburg, Munich, Debrecen, Szeged, Antwerp and Ghent, Graz and Linz, Kaunas and Klaipeda. There we are. Joe, welcome back. Welcome back. We had to say goodbye to you far too soon last time. It was round 2, I think, wasn't it? Remind us all about yourself, Joe.
Yeah, so in my spare time, I like to play football. I'm a Blackburn Rovers fan. I've been a season ticket for about 14 years. And also, every week, I go to my local comic store and play Dungeons and Dragons.
In the store itself?
Yeah.
How many of you are there in the Dungeons and Dragons club?
In our group, there's 6, but there's about 3 or 4 groups that play in the same night.
Now, that's fun. What, in different corners of the store?
Yeah, there's...
4 corners, 4 groups. That's nice. Do you dress up?
I don't, but some people
do.
Yeah.
Joe, what are you going to go for?
Oh, I know one of them for sure, but it's quite obvious. I don't want to take a risk too much, so I'm going to have to go for Hamburg and Munich, Germany. OK, well, you're taking the one off the board that everybody knew for certain, I think, probably, so tactically, very sensible. Hamburg and Munich, Germany. Says Joe. Let's see how many of our 100 people agree with that. It's right. 72. There we are. Unsurprising, but tactically, possibly very shrewd. Maybe.
Yeah, both German cities. Jimi Hendrix first smashed his guitar on stage in Munich, and of course the Beatles famously honed their skills in Hamburg.
How many cities did he smash his guitar? Did it just become the thing he did all the time?
Yeah, pretty much. Once it
great
becomes a
news.
thing, it's very
Yeah,
expensive,
yeah.
though,
I should think so.
isn't it? But he had a bit of money at that point.
Yeah, the guys at Les Paul must have loved that.
Must have loved it. I bet they swapped it over halfway through to a nice cheap one.
I should think
That's
so.
what I would do.
Yeah. Thank you very much indeed, Richard. OK, Paul D, as you are. Now, letters after your name. Wow, haven't we gone up in the world?
Indeed.
Paul, remind us all about yourself.
So I'm the administration manager at Accident and Emergency in Leicester at the Royal Infirmary. So look after complaints from members of the public. I hope we don't get too many, but when we do, I try and assuage any concerns. I'll manage the reception team. So they're a wonderful, a lovely, friendly face at the front door for people who need treatment or to go and visit relatives. And yeah, apart from that, I just like to spend my spare time playing sports quite badly.
He's good, Paul.
It's nice to hear the word
He's good.
assuage.
I like assuage.
Yeah.
I like the manner. I like
Yes,
everything.
I imagine that he would be a friendly face, and you want a friendly face,
Yeah.
don't you, in that situation?
You certainly do.
Yeah.
Yeah. OK, what are you going to go for? How are we feeling about these pairs of cities?
Pretty good, which worries me. I'm going to, I guess, take a risk. I'm going to go for the bottom one, Kaunas and Klaipėda, and say Lithuania.
Lithuania. Kaunas and Klaipėda. Let's see, Lithuania. Let's see if that's right. Let's see how many of our 100 people said it. You're absolutely right. Kaunas and Klaipėda, Lithuania. 72 is the only score we have posted, and you went past that some time ago. Down you go to 5. Very well done indeed, Paul D.
Yeah, Kaunas, a former capital of Lithuania, and Klaipėda is one of the few Eastern Baltic ports that doesn't get iced up at all, so it's an important port. Kaunas and Klaipėda also the names of Kim and Kanye's children.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. John.
Hello.
Welcome to Pointless. Good to have you here. Tell us all about yourself, John.
So I'm John from Edinburgh. I work in recruitment, particularly in the sort of financial crime space, and in my spare time I like to play rugby.
Did you say financial crime
Oh,
space?
I thought he said financial crime. That's fun, isn't it?
exciting. That's
It's
a good
okay.
space to recruit in. So, what,
So
fraud?
oh, no, I presume you're recruiting for anti-financial crime, are
Yeah,
you? Are
not-
you?
Oh, I see. Oh, that's a shame.
yeah.
I thought you were maybe
But maybe
putting,
there's a market there.
putting
so.
the gangs together. Well, don't tell everyone. You could do both at the same time if you hadn't said that. Wow. Interesting. Is it fascinating or is it actually just quite dull? You're just finding irregularities? Or do you find how close have you got to Mr. Big? That's what I want to know.
Oh, no, I don't do I recruit for the people who do the actual...
So he
Job,
is,
yeah.
he is
I see.
Mr. Big. Yes, that's how close he's got to Mr. Big.
He's inhabited Mr. Big.
Yeah.
John, what are you going to go for on our board here?
I think I'll go with Antwerp and Ghent. And I think it's Belgium.
Belgium, says John, for Antwerp and Ghent. Let's see how many of our 100 people got that. It is right. 72 is the highest score and you pass it. Down to 41 for Belgium. Not a bad reply there. 41.
Yeah, Bradley Wiggins was born in Ghent.
Really?
Yeah, you know that?
I did not.
There you go.
Yeah, interesting, thank you. Now then, Julie, welcome
Hello,
to Pointless.
thank
Lovely to have
you.
you here. Tell us all about yourself, Julie.
I'm Julie from Glasgow and I'm a fundraising manager for a Scottish mental health charity.
Very good for you. So what sort of fundraising initiatives do you have?
We do lots of fundraising all across communities, everything from people doing a run to corporate partnerships to trusts and foundations. So
you travel around, I guess, quite a lot with that?
Yeah, thankfully.
Is
I
there
do.
an area or a city or a town that's the most generous, that stands out as for being particularly generous?
Bearing in mind, I have Edinburgh standing in front, but I would have to say Glasgow.
There we are. No, that's just how it is. That's just how it is, John and Tom. OK, Julie, this is your board. Do you fancy having a punt at all of those and then selecting one?
Oh, to be honest, I have no idea at all. I'm trying to think of SZ countries that would go with that. I'm going to just have to take a guess at Graz and Linz and say Greece.
Graz and Linz, Greece, says Julie. OK, let's see how many of our 100 people said Greece. Let's see if it's right. No, Julie, I'm so sorry. I'm afraid Graz and Linz not in Greece. That scores you 100 points.
Again, this is one of those subjects where it's useful to be a big sports fan, especially a big football fan, because these crop up from every now and again. Graz and Linz is Austria, both in Austria. The low scorer, though, 9 points. And football fans might know Debrecen is in Hungary, so that one is Hungary. Would have scored you 3 points. Football fans, again, might know that Ostrava is in the Czech Republic, or Czechia. Would have scored you 1 point. And up the top there, Limassol and Larnaca.
Cyprus. I didn't know that.
Cyprus. Which would have scored you 25. So Czechia is the best answer on the board. Well done if you said that.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. Well, we are halfway through our round. Let's have a quick look at those scores. 5. Well done, Paul D. Look at that. 5. Best score of the past by quite a distance. Could we travel up to 41, where we find John and Tom? Then up to 72, where we find Joe and Paul. And then I'm sorry, on 100, Julie and Ian. That's all going to change, though, Ian, when you see the next board and you pick a nice, low-scoring answer from there. Isn't it, Ian? Sure. Good luck with that. We're going to come back down the line now. Will the second players please step up to the podium? OK, let's put 7 pairs of European non-capital cities on the board, and here they are. Gothenburg and Malmö, Maribor and Celje, Marseille and Lyon, Aarhus and Odense, Porto and Braga, Bergen and Trondheim, Thessaloniki and Heraklion. I'll read those pairs again. Gothenburg and Malmö, Maribor and Celje, Marseille and Lyon, Aarhus and Odense, Porto and Braga, Bergen and Trondheim, Thessaloniki and Heraklion. There we go. Ian, welcome. Tell us all about yourself.
Hi, I also work for a charity doing IT, helping people to use IT as a way of increasing employability and access to opportunities online.
Very good. And what do you like getting up to when you're not doing that, Ian?
When I'm not doing that, playing guitar and maybe a bit more guitar.
Is your guitar pretty good? You're fair to middling or middling to rather good?
Oh, no,
Middling to rather good.
really poor.
Oh, really? Do you play an electric guitar or do you play
I do. I play electric, acoustic. Yeah, I can make a noise from anything.
Ah, very good. Julie, is he good?
He is good, actually.
I suspect he was. I thought he probably was. Now, Ian, you're the high scorers at the moment, but just remember, you've got to find a lovely low score to keep yourselves in the game here, Ian.
Yeah, I'm going to take the top one and hope for a miracle here. It's Sweden.
Sweden for Gothenburg and Malmö. No red line as you're the high scorers. How far down the column will we get with Sweden? It's right. It's good. Well done. 29. That's very good. 129.
Yeah, during the Napoleonic blockades, Göteborg was the chief port for British exports.
Oh, say that again.
Göteborg.
Göteborg. So not Gothenburg.
No.
Göteborg. How should you say Malmö?
Malmö.
Malmö. So Göteborg and Malmö.
Yeah. Oh, perfect.
Malmö.
Didn't know you were Swedish.
Thank you. Now, Tom, welcome. Warm welcome. Here from Edinburgh. Tell us all about yourself, Tom.
So yeah, I'm Tom from Edinburgh, and I work in recruitment as well, in financial services recruitment.
Nothing to do with crime.
No, nothing to do with it.
No crime in your department. No.
Used to work with John, but not anymore.
Now you've gone straight.
He laughed a bit too hard.
Yeah, a little bit.
Tom, tell us something surprising about yourself. Something that'll dazzle us.
I have had dinner with Picasso's grandchildren.
Oh.
That was fun. Did they draw anything on napkins that you...
I didn't ask them to, no.
Oh, you should have. Were they nice?
Yeah, really friendly. Really
Very
friendly.
nice. Good. OK. Tom, good answer, by the way. 41 is your score at the moment. 87 or less keeps you in the game.
Okay. I think I'm going to go and play safe then and go for Porto and Braga and Portugal.
Portugal for Porto and Braga, says Tom. Here is your red line, nice and high. Let's see how far down the column we get with Portugal. It's right and you're through. Well done. Down it goes to 43. 84 is your total. Well done.
Yeah, J.K. Rowling used to teach English in Porto. She wrote bits of the first Harry Potter book there.
Ah, that's nice. I was picturing in a cafe in a sort of rainy Edinburgh street.
Oh, she did that as well?
But yeah. But actually, I should also add into that mix a cafe in a lovely, hot Porto street.
Almost every cafe in Edinburgh has a little plaque on it, doesn't it, say that she wrote the book there. It's an awful lot of them.
Yeah. And one in Porto.
Just the one.
Yeah, there we are. Thank you very much indeed, Richard. Now then, Will, welcome back. Remind us all about yourself, Will.
So I currently live in Leicester. Originally, I'm from near Bourneville, the home of chocolate.
The home of chocolate.
I work with Paul in the accident and emergency department and some of the wider hospital.
Do you just have to work office hours there, or do you also work around the clock? Or?
It's mostly office hours.
Mostly office hours.
If a crisis comes up that requires my input, then I'll put in the hours.
Then there we are. Good. Anything to assuage a crisis. Good. Will, you are through. It does not matter what you score here, because Paul D set you up so well. But I have a feeling you might have a good answer up your sleeve. What are you going to go for?
I was going to play it safe, but if we're through, I'll take a punt.
Why not?
And I'll go for Aarhus and Odense.
Yeah.
And go for Norway.
Aarhus and Odense. Let's see if that's Norway. No red line, you're already through. How many people said Norway, if it's right? Bad luck. Not right, but a good guess. Could easily have been. Scores 100 points, takes your total up to 105.
Yeah, worth a risk. Aarhus, not in Norway. I know it's in the middle of our street, but that's all I know about it.
Thank you very much, Richard. Paul, welcome back. Remind us all about yourself, Paul.
We're from Blackburn in Lancashire. I work at the same aerospace company as Joseph, and I like playing and coaching cricket.
How early in the season do you start? I mean, how early in the year do you start cricket coaching?
We do winter nets throughout the winter months.
Yeah.
And then straight into outdoor nets in April.
Oh, that's always nice.
And coaching the kids on a Thursday night, and I do training on a Tuesday night, and then we play at the weekend. So I was lucky that I married one of the scorers at the club.
Oh, that's very lucky.
So I don't get too much trouble for wanting to play cricket.
Very nice indeed. Now, Paul, there you are, on 72. 56 or less keeps you in the game. How are you feeling about this board?
Pretty good. I'm happy I've got this board rather than the other one.
OK, do you want to talk us through it?
Not too sure on the second one, but the obvious one's France. I think Aarhus and Odense is Denmark. Bergen and Trondheim, I think, is Norway. And I think Thessalonica and Heraklion is Greece. I think I'm going to go for Bergen and Trondheim. No, I'm not. I'm going to go for Aarhus and Odense. I'm going to say Denmark.
OK, last-minute change there. Denmark, says Paul. Let's see if that's right for Aarhus. There is your red line. Can you get below that with Denmark? It's right. And it's good enough. Well done. It's a very good answer. In fact, down it goes to 9. Very well done indeed. Second lowest score of the round. Taking your total up to 81.
Great work. Took us through the board very nicely there as well. Odense named after Odin. It was his sanctuary in pagan times, Odense.
Nice.
Now, Marseille and Lyon, you're right, was France. Would have knocked you out if you said it. They would have scored you 70. Bergen and Trondheim, yeah, that one's Norway. And that would have scored 23. Thessaloniki, etc., you're quite right, is Greece. Scored you 36. And the best answer on the board, now again, Maribor have a football team. And that football team are from Slovenia.
Slovenia, yes.
Would have scored 3 points. Well done if you said that.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. So we are at the end of our first round. We have to say goodbye to one of our pairs. I'm so sorry, it's Team Glasgow we have to send home. Ian and Julie, it's been lovely having you here. You'll be here again next time, of course. We'll look forward to that. But meantime, thanks so much, Ian and Julie. But for the remaining 3 pairs, it's now time for round 2. Very well done, everybody. We made it through round 1. Just 3 pairs left now, obviously. The Pauls have covered themselves with glory. Paul and Joe, you are our lowest combined scorers there. Paul D, our lowest individual scorer. 5 points. What about that? Assuage your way out of that, everybody. And just lovely to have you with us, Tom and John. Very well done. Good luck to all 3 pairs for this next round. Our category for round 2 today is UK politics. Can you all decide in your pairs? Who's going to go first? Who's going to go second? And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. OK, let's find out what the question is. Here it comes. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many UK Prime Ministers with surnames that include the letters V, O, T, E or D as they could. Richard.
Yeah, we're looking for any UK Prime Minister all the way through from 1721 up to May 2019. that include any of those letters, please. And that'll be their actual surnames, not any peerages or titles that they have, but their actual surnames.
Thank you very much indeed. OK, so Joe, it's over to you to kick us off.
UK politics is my strongest subject, so I'm going to go for one that's fairly safe, and I'll definitely be up there. And then again, hopefully Paul can help me out on the pass back. I'm going to go for Gordon Brown.
OK, Brown, says Joe. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Brown. It's right. There we are, 50 for Brown.
Yeah, it's got an O right in the middle there, isn't he? 2007 to 2010.
Thank you very much. Now then, Will.
I'm going to go for William Gladstone.
Gladstone, says Will. Let's see how many of our 100 people went for Gladstone. That's right. Down he goes to 14.
Yeah, and he was a Liberal Prime Minister 4 separate occasions, Gladstone, which is more than anyone else. And
I know.
4 of those letters
I know,
in his
everything
name.
but the V.
Everything but the V. That's what they used to call him.
Yeah.
When he was first on Top of the Pops, it was under everything but the V.
But the V.
Then it was Gladstone. Then it was Will I Am Gladstone. Then it was the artist formerly known as Gladstone. And then he was in the Gladstone Roses.
Thank you very much indeed. Richard. Tom. Tom. So, what's it going to be?
I think I'm going to go for a high score, I think, with this one, but I want to play it safe again, so I'll go for David Cameron.
Cameron, says Tom. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Cameron. He's right. Well, 50 is the high score. 65 is where you end up with Cameron.
You know, he was the youngest Prime Minister in nearly 200 years when he became Prime Minister.
Thank you very much indeed. Richard, well, we are halfway through our second round. Let's have a look at those scores. 14 was the best score of the past, Will. Well done to you for that. Gladstone looking very good. 50 is where we find Joe and Paul. 65 is where we find Tom and John. So, John, let's hope you've got a nice obscure answer up your sleeve. Good luck with that. We're going to come back down the line. Will the second players please step up to the podium? So remember, John, we're looking for the surname of any UK Prime Minister that has contained any of the letters V, O, T, E or D. There we are. You're on 65. You're the high scorers.
I think I'm going to go with John Major.
OK, John Major, says John. Let's see how many of our 100 people said that. You're the high scorers, so no red line. John Major is right. 65, the high score. 34 is where you end up with that. 99 is your total.
I mean, we're not digging too deep into the pointless answers here, I'll be honest with you.
Really, no.
There's a lot of pointless answers in this round.
Yeah.
We've yet to trouble them too much.
Yeah. Thank you, Richard. Until now, Paul D. There we are. You're on 14. If you could score 84 or less, you're through. But if you could find a pointless answer, you're away.
OK, brilliant. I should know one. I used to do politics at university, but that's no guarantee of anything, is it? So I think I'll go with David Lloyd George.
OK, David Lloyd George, says Paul D. Here is your red line. Let's see if you can get below that with Lloyd George. It's right, and you're through. Very well done. 9, taking your total up to 23.
Yeah, the most recent Prime Minister not to be Conservative or Labour at time of recording.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. Now then, Paul.
So this is not a bad round for me. My dad was in local politics, and just to make him happy, I'm going to go for Labour's first Prime Minister, Ramsay MacDonald.
Ramsay MacDonald, says Paul MacDonald. OK, here is your red line. Can you get below this with MacDonald? It's right. There you are. Through you go. And down it goes to 4. Excellent. Lowest score of the round. Very well done. 54 your total, Paul.
Yeah, the round finished strongly. Well played, everyone. There's lots of pointless answers here. I'll give you some very low scorers. You'd have got 2 for Asquith, or who was the Prime Minister who got shot?
Percival.
Hey, well done. 2 points for him as well. You'd have got 1 for Baldwin, Great or North, but these are the pointless answers. Or here's some of them. Arthur Balfour, Henry Campbell Bannerman. You could have had Cavendish Bentinck. Robert Gascoigne Cecil, Henry Pelham, Archibald Primrose. Lord John Russell, Robert Walpole, Arthur Wellesley was the Duke of Wellington. You could have had Addington, Cavendish, Compton, Fitzroy, Grenville, Hamilton Gordon, Jenkinson. You could have had Petty Fitzmaurice, Robinson, Stanley, Stewart, Temple, or Watson Wentworth. Very well done if you said any of those. Should we take a look at the top 3? I mean, we've heard 2 of them already, I'll be honest. Brown was the 3rd highest scorer with 50. Then it was Cameron. And what was at the top?
Thatcher.
Of course, with
There we
81.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. So we find ourselves at the end of our second round. 99 is the high score there, and that means, I'm afraid, Tom and John, we have to say goodbye to you. But safe in the knowledge, we'll see you again next time. But meantime, thank you so much, Tom and John. But for the remaining 2 pairs, it's now time for the head-to-head. Many congratulations, Will and Paul. Paul and Joe, you're now 1 step closer to the final and a chance to play for our jackpot, which is looking quite nice, currently standing at £3,000. You've got to get through this round, though. But you play as a pair, which is exciting. You chat before you give your answers. First pair to win 2 questions will be playing for that £3,000 jackpot.
It was either going to be the Battle of the Pools or the Battle of the Scots, and we've seen off all the Scots.
Yeah.
But all the pools remain.
All the pools. Oh, this is it. It's Monte Carlo or bust. Whoever doesn't make it through to the final will be heading back to their pool cave. Unless, of course, it's Will or Joe, in which case they'll be near the pool cave.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm guessing. OK, well, there we are. Nothing for it. We can't hold it off any further. Let's play the head-to-head. Now, here is your first question, and it concerns ballet terms. Richard.
Yeah, we're going to show you 5 images now relating to terms in ballet. We're also going to give you alternate letters of their names, but can you tell us what they are, please?
Thank you very much indeed. 5 ballet terms. Here they come. We've got A, P, I. B, E, P, I, T. C, S, L, T. D, P, S, D, D, U. And E, A, A, E, Q, E. There we are. 5 ballet terms. Will and Paul, you're our low scorers. Feel free to confer.
Not a great board for us. A, plie.
A, plie. Say Will and Paul. Now, Paul and Joe, talk us through that board.
A is plie. I think C must be splits.
Yeah, we don't have anything else.
And D and E's French to me. So I think we're going to say B. On point.
On point. OK, on point. So we have plie and we have on point. Will and Paul D went for plie for A. Let's see if that's right. Let's see how many of our 100 people said it. Plie is absolutely right, and it goes down to 52. Paul and Joe, meanwhile, have gone for on point for B. Let's see if that's right. Let's see how many of our 100 people said on point. Very well done, Paul. That is absolutely right. And it wins the point for you. Very strong. 30 for on point. On point. And that means, Paul and Joe, after 1 question, you're up 1-0.
Nicely done. It's moving on the tips of your toes, en point. And plie is knees bent outwards, a plie. Now, C, I wouldn't have thought this was a ballet move, is it?
No.
Maybe it is.
Splits. Maybe it is.
Maybe it is. It is the splits. It's a big scorer, though.
Sounds a bit sort of playground, the splits, really.
A little bit, yeah.
Rather more
Rather than the ballet score.
Yeah.
82 points for that.
Yeah.
Pas de deux.
Pas de deux.
And that would have scored 23 points. And do you know this last one?
Arabesque.
Arabesque, in the Arab fashion. And arabesque, if you said at home, would have scored you 38. So the best answer on that board was pas de deux. Surprisingly, I'd have thought.
Surprising, yeah. Thank you very much indeed, Richard. Well, here comes your second question. Will and Paul, you have to win this one to stay in the game. Good luck. Our second question is all about Dave's. Dave's, Richard.
Yeah, 5 clues to people and things called Dave, but which is the most obscure Dave, essentially, is the
That's what we're
answer
asking.
we're looking for here.
Yeah. Thank you very much indeed. OK, here are 5 Dave questions, and they look like this. The actor who played Dave Kovich in the 1993 film Dave, breed of the dog named Dave that won the working group category at Crufts in 2019, the title of the 2018 UK #1 single by Dave featuring Fredo, the Only Fools and Horses character played by Roger Lloyd Pack, who thinks that Rodney is called Dave, and the stage name of the Irish comedian who was born David Tynan O'Mahony in 1936. I'll read those all again. The actor who played Dave Kovich in the 1993 film Dave, breed of the dog named Dave that won the working group category at Crufts in 2019, the title of the 2018 UK #1 single by Dave featuring Fredo, the Only Fools and Horses character played by Roger Lloyd Pack, who thinks that Rodney is called Dave, and the stage name of the Irish comedian who was born David Tynan O'Mahony in 1936. There we are. Paul and Joe, you will go first.
Don't know anything. No. Do you know any? Yeah. We'll let you go.
It's between the bottom 2, and I'm going to take an educated guess, I think, at the bottom 1 and say Dave Allen.
Dave Allen, say Paul and Joe for the Irish comedian. Now then, Will and Paul D, do you fancy talking us through the rest of that board?
Any thoughts? Well, I also know the second bottom one, trigger.
Yeah, but do we want to...
Do you trigger? So, yeah, the second to bottom, trigger.
OK, you're going to go for trigger. So we have Dave Allen, we have trigger. Paul and Joe went for Dave Allen for the Irish comedian O'Mahony. Let's see if that's right. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Dave Allen. It is Dave Allen. That goes all the way down to 45. Meanwhile, Will and Paul D have gone for Trigger, the Roger Lloyd Pack character from Only Fools and Horses. How many people said Trigger? Trigger's right. But, ooh, it's a popular answer. 74 for Trigger, which means Paul and Joe, very, very well done indeed. After only 2 questions, you're straight through to the final 2-0.
Very well played. There's a Chelsea footballer, Cesar Azpilicueta, and his teammates all called him Dave because they couldn't pronounce Azpilicueta, so he's called Dave. Should we fill in the rest of the Daves?
Yes.
Now, the actor who played Dave Kovich in that film, remember that? It's a good film,
Kevin
actually.
Kline.
Kevin Kline. And that's a low scorer, actually, would have scored 10 points. Now, the breed of dog. Shall I give you a clue as to the work that this dog does?
Yes.
It is a heavyweight fighter who wears...
Is it a boxer?
It's a boxer.
It's a boxer.
It's a boxer.
There we go.
Well done if you said boxer at home. That would have scored you 7 points. And the title of the 2018 UK #1 single by Dave, featuring Fredo, was Funky Friday.
I wouldn't have known that.
I guessed that. And that would have scored 5 points. So very well done if you said Funky Friday. Best answer on the board.
There we are. Thank you very much indeed, Richard. So the pair leaving us at the end of the head-to-head round, it's Will and Paul D. I'm so sorry you have played so well. Not in one show, but in 2 shows. Will and Paul D, thank you so much for playing. Brilliant contestants. Will and Paul D. But for Paul and Joe, it's now time for our pointless final. Congratulations, Paul and Joe. You have fought off all the competition and you have won our coveted Pointless trophy. Now, though, you get a shot at winning our Pointless jackpot. And at the end of today's show, the jackpot is standing at £3,000. There it is.
Can I very quickly ask a question, which I get asked all the time?
Yeah.
And you'll be able to tell us. Do they get a trophy each, or do they have to share one?
I'm glad you brought it. No, they have to share one. They have to share one. They can have it on... I mean, it's up to you how you share it. You could... one person has it, one... No, of course they get.
Oh, they get one
Imagine
each.
they
Well,
get
that's
one each.
Nice. One for home, one for eBay. So if people are... So when people are married, if they only need one of them, they can just flog one.
They could do.
But these
They
guys...
could do.
One each. But people ask me that a lot.
There we are. Got that. Sorted out. Where were we?
Yes, I forget. Hold on, we should hurry up because the news has got to come on.
OK, come on. And now, listen, right, here we are in the last round. $3 grand, that's a really nice jackpot. It'd be so nice to send you back to Blackburn with that. What do you want to see come up?
Anything sport, I think.
Yeah.
I think we're all right on sport.
Yeah. Or maybe something science-related as well.
OK, sport or science. Well, let's see. 4 things are going to appear on the board. Let's hope one of these appeals to you. We've got Young Award winners, World War II films, Portuguese football, Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart.
Portuguese football.
What do you know about Portuguese football?
A bit.
Well, it's too closed. I don't know enough. Young award winners could be very wide. You could get football in that.
Yeah. All right, then yeah, we'll go for that.
Young award winners, please.
Young award winners, and I like that reasoning there.
Yeah, very best of luck, gents. 3 different areas here, so hopefully one of these will suit you. Looking for any of the following, please. We're looking for anyone who's ever been nominated for the BAFTA Rising Star Award, please. That's from 2006 all the way up to 2019. We are looking for any artist or group who won the Brit Award for Best Breakthrough Act. It used to be called Best British Newcomer. But anyone who's won that award from 1977 all the way up to 2019, please. Or we are looking for, I think you like this one, any footballers who've won the Golden Boy Award. Now, the Golden Boy Award is for anyone under 21 who's playing in Europe. So anyone who's won that award from 2003 up to 2018, please. So the BAFTA Rising Star Award nominees, British Breakthrough Brit Award winners, or Best British Newcomer, or any footballers who've won the Golden Boy Award 2003 to 2018.
Thank you very much indeed. Now, as always, you've got up to 1 minute to come up with 3 answers. All you need to win that jackpot is for just one of your answers to be pointless. You don't have to answer all 3 categories. Just focus on whichever categories you like the look of. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's put 60 seconds up on the clock there. Your time starts now.
Who's the actor in Star Wars, the young lad? He won that BAFTA.
Oh, yeah. I know what you mean. I'm trying to think of his name.
Try and think of his name. We'll go for British Breakthrough Brit Award winners and name some 90s bands.
We've got to name some 90s bands.
Well, we've got Suede, Cast.
Yeah, they probably will. What about the footballers?
I'm not sure about that because he's European again. I'm not good on European football.
I know one of them, but it'll probably be high. I know Rooney won it, but it'll probably be high scoring.
Yeah, it will be, won't it?
Yeah, from 2003.
Just think of that. What's that actor called?
I don't know.
It's
What
something.
else have you got anything else?
I think we should just go British Award winners breakthrough. There's did Dua Lipa win it a couple of years ago?
Maybe.
It wasn't. I don't know if it was Dua Lipa. I'm not sure. It's back to 1977.
Yeah. Do you want his name and 3 bands off him?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
OK, it sounds... Look, there's the minute running out. Sounds like you've come up with some answers. What are you going to give me?
I think we're going to go all 3 through the British Breakthrough Brit Award winners.
OK.
I'm going to say Dua Lipa.
Dua Lipa.
I think we'll say Suede.
Suede.
And Thompson Twins.
Thompson Twins. OK, of those 3, which is your best shot at a pointless answer?
Dua Lipa, I think.
Dua Lipa goes last. Least likely to be pointless?
Thompson Twins.
Thompson Twins, and we pop Suede in the middle. OK, well, let's put those answers up on the board in that order then, and here they are. We have got Thompson Twins, Suede, and Dua Lipa. Well, 3 good answers there. We've got to hope at least one of those turns out to be pointless and wins you that jackpot. What would you do with that booty? 3,000 quid. Paul, asking you first.
I've got a young 9-year-old, so some of it will go on to buying him some Lego. Also, me and my wife have been together for 20 years this year, so we'd have a nice weekend away, I think.
That's very nice. OK, I'm just wondering how much is going to go on the weekend. I would wait in
It's how
favour
much
of
Lego
that.
I'd have to buy him to understand that we're going away for the weekend.
Got it. Joe, how about you?
I'm planning on moving out soon, so maybe some new furniture or something, or a new bed.
Very nice.
Failing that, I want to go to a few festivals during the summer, so it'd be nice just to have a bit more at bank.
Go to more festivals, have a Lilo. There we are.
Yeah.
Excellent. OK, well, very, very best of luck. 3 good answers here. In all 3 cases, we are looking for British Breakthrough Brit Award winners. Your first answer was the Thompson Twins. Let's see if Thompson Twins is right, and if it's pointless, you leave here with that $3 grand jackpot. Good luck. Bad luck. Lovely random choice of band.
Just an 80s punt.
Well, absolutely. An incorrect answer, as it turns out. Let's move on to Suede, your next answer. Let's hope that they won Best Breakthrough Act, and let's hope they're pointless. How many of our 100 people for £3,000 said Suede? Oh no, bad luck! OK, moving swiftly on to Dua Lipa. Your third and final answer, the one you thought was probably your best shot at a pointless answer. Dua Lipa, if she is correct and is pointless, will win you £3,000. Let's see how many people named Dua Lipa as a Best British Breakthrough Act. It's right. Your first answer was Thompson Twins, turned out to be incorrect. Suede, your second answer, turned out to be incorrect. Down we go with Dua Lipa into single figures, still going down with, oh, bad luck, 4. 4 for Dua Lipa. That's a great answer, fabulous score, but I'm afraid you didn't manage to find that all-important pointless answer, so I'm afraid you don't win the jackpot, but you do each win a pointless trophy, a coveted pointless trophy, so very well done. You've got that in recognition of a fabulous performance right across the show.
Yeah, nice finish to a very good show, gents. Lots and lots of famous answers on these lists, I'm afraid. We'll start with the BAFTA Breakthrough Actors. Let's take a look at some of these. Brie Larson, Cillian Murphy, the amazing Peaky Blinders and lots of other things. Lupita Nyong'o. It's a pointless answer. Michael Fassbender. Loads of big names on the list. Alicia Vikander, Andrew Garfield, Ben Whishaw, Carey Mulligan, Chetel Ejiofor, Chris O'Dowd, Ellen Page, Gemma Arterton, Jesse Eisenberg, Juno Temple, Michael Cera as a pointless answer, Rachel McAdams, Naomi Harris, Sheila Burf as a pointless answer, Sienna Miller, loads and loads of pointless answers there. Biggest scorer, or biggest scorers, were Tom Hardy and Tom Holland on those lists. Now, the British Breakthrough Brit Award winners. Frankie Goes to Hollywood would have been a pointless answer. Gabrielle, in fact, that's 1994 when Suede were nominated. Gabrielle won it that year. She was a pointless answer. JLS, Supergrass, a pointless answer. You could have had A1, Bastille, Belle and Sebastian were a pointless answer. Beverly Craven, Catfish and the Bottlemen. Go West. From 19... That's your Thompson Twins answer. Kula Shaker, Mika, Tasman Archer, the Fratellis, the House Martins as well.
Oh,
in 87. That'd been nice to win the money with the House Martins, wouldn't it?
That's my band.
You were in the House Martins. Now I recognise you. The footballers, there were fewer answers, but some big names. 3 pointless answers here. Pato Anderson, Sergio Aguero was a pointless answer when he played at Atletico Madrid. The biggest scorers there, Rooney and Messi. 1 point you'd have got for Cesc Fabregas, Isco, Mario Balotelli, Mario Götze and Paul Pogba. They all scored 1 point. Very well done if you got one of those pointless answers at home. Well done on Dua Lipa, but unfortunately no pointless answers here.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. And thank you once again, Paul and Joe. I'm sorry you didn't win the jackpot today. That'll therefore roll over onto the next show, when we will be playing for £4,000. Join us then to see if someone can win it. Meanwhile, it's goodbye from Richard.
Goodbye.
And it's goodbye from me. Goodbye.